Okay, good afternoon. Yeah, so we are about to start. I'm happy to see you, and well, I see that we have quite a lot of loyal participants, and I see some familiar faces. It's so great. Yeah, so okay, so today it's our, well, fourth seminar on exam preparation, and as you remember, February has been dedicated to exam preparation seminars, and we have already had a few seminars on OGE preparation, EGE. Then also we talked with guest speakers on preparing our young learners for young learners exams, then also key A2, B1 preliminary. And today we are going to talk about B2 first, or FCE exam. And in particular, we are going to talk about dealing with listening successfully. Yes, so I hope that you can hear and see me well. Yeah. Okay, good. So then, if we talk about this session, then we have a few things to cover, and the aims are the following. So first of all, we will revise FC listening task types. So we will see what our students will be dealing with in the exam. Then also we are going to highlight challenges that our students may face while sitting this exam, also solutions to these challenges, and also exam strategies. Well, then also today we need to discuss how we can develop listening skills at our regular lessons. Yeah, so I think it's a short spoiler for you. Yeah, in order to help our students prepare for the exam, well, we need to help them with overall language skills development. Well, and last but not least, we are going to identify how we can strategically plan a preparation course and what we can supplement it with. Yeah, and this session is interactive, so I will ask you some questions and I will be more than happy to hear from you. So please feel free to write your ideas in the chat box. Yeah, and you can also unmute yourself to share your experience and your ideas. Okay, so then FCE listening. Yeah, so as you can see here on this slide, there is an overview or instructions to the exam takers. Take some seconds to look through it, and then let's see what our students are supposed to do. So just a few seconds to look it through. Okay. So how many parts are there?
Four.
Yeah, okay, very good. Thank you. So, and what is the total timing? So, as we can see here, it's approximately 40 minutes, including 5 minutes to copy your answers on the answer sheet. Very good. Yeah, and regarding the results, yeah, so each correct answer gets 1 point. Yeah, which is pretty simple and pretty logical. And exam takers will listen to each part twice. Yeah, so this is what actually they are going to deal with. So if we have a closer look at the parts, yeah, so let's move on. Here we can see part 1, and again have some time to look it through. And then on your right, you can see some questions to the task. Okay, so what is the task type first? Yes, so they have questions and 3 options to choose from.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
Yeah, very good, great. Then, well, can you please, just if you look at this task, well, can you say which sub-skills are assessed?
Listening.
Yeah, listening.
Perceptive. Ah, no, sub-skills.
Yeah, sub-skills like listening for gist, maybe listening for detail.
Detail.
Yes, Julia, thank you. So we have 2 brave participants. That's cool. Okay, yeah, so this is, yeah, listening for detail. Yeah, and students need to be very careful and active listeners in order to pick out all the necessary information. Okay, very good. So then I would like other participants, yeah, to join in too. And looking at this task, yeah, can you please share your ideas now in the chat box and write the challenges which you think exam takers may face when they are doing this task? Yeah, so please use the chat box and write the challenges. Okay. Yes, very good. Thank you, Evgenia. Yes, you have to stay focused for a long time. Yeah, and not to miss the important information. Yes, very good. What else? Okay. So what do you think? Will be there a lot of new words? Oh yes, Marina, you're reading my mind. Yes. So yeah, students may not understand some words. That's true. Yeah, yes, Julia, thank you. Yeah, we need to pay attention to the question itself to understand what is required, to understand what sort of ideas and information you need to pick out. Yes, very good, thank you. So, and what I think, what are the best ways to deal with the task? Or in other words, what can be the exam strategies? Yeah, can you please share your ideas in the chat box? Yeah. So strategically speaking, so our students, yeah, have this task in front of them. Okay, yeah, Evgenia, thank you. Underline the keywords in each question, and well, then they will get like, what they're going to listen for. Yeah, that's a very good idea. Maybe after that, yeah, so like we underline the keywords and also think of how it could be paraphrased, or how it could be, well, stated. Yeah, Julia, thank you. To read the question, not the options given. Yeah, it helps not to be distracted while listening. Okay, that's a good idea too. We will get back to it later on. Be careful about distractors. Yes, Marina. Yeah, Gennady, explain or write down the meaning of new words. Now, you see that in the exam, it may be too difficult, and students will not be able to, pull themselves together and deal with it. Okay, good idea. So be careful about distractors. Yeah, distractors can be negative verb forms or some linking devices which can contrast. Yeah, and students may not pay attention to them, miss something, and then have the wrong answer. Okay. Well, underline what person you should answer about. If there are a few speakers. Yeah, Julia, yeah, you're actually talking about part 3. Yeah, so if we look at part 2, yeah, so again, have a look at it. What is the task type? What are the candidates supposed to do? So here we see a text with gaps and filling in the gaps, yeah, or sentence completion. Yeah, so they have sentences and they need to write a word or short phrase. Yeah, so not just a word. Okay, very good. Yeah. So what do you think is again challenging about this task? Are the challenges the same or a little bit different in comparison with part 1? Spelling, yeah, spelling should be correct, yeah. Synonyms, okay, you can understanding the synonyms. So, like here, we have actually no synonyms, we have gaps. The text is paraphrased, yes, so it's not the script, that's true, thank you, Yulia. Yeah, okay, well, okay, good. Form of the word, yes, Natalia, thank you. Yeah, so you see that here first we don't know if there's going to be a word or a phrase. Yeah, again, yes, word forms are important, whether they are singular or plural. Yeah, then just, well, identifying what is actually necessary to write. Yeah, great. So then how can students strategically deal with this task? And so what they should do in order to cope with it successfully. So share your ideas. Yeah. Okay, Evgenia, thank you. Try to predict what they need to write. Date, noun, number, etc. Yeah, just analyzing the gap, analyzing the word order and identifying what part of speech they need and which, what sort of information they need. Make notes while listening. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. And it's good, if the students are able to do this. So sometimes they feel panicky. Okay, good. Well, then part number 3. Actually, you mentioned it, yeah? So have a glance at it. And multiple matching. Yes, thank you, Evgenia. Yeah, so there are 5 speakers and we have 8 pieces of information and we need to match them. Yeah, okay, good. And what do you think is difficult about it? So yeah, so 5 speakers, 8 pieces of information. Yeah, so the first challenge is that, well, you need to really to be focused on it a lot. Yeah, thank you, Marina. Yeah, you need to be concentrated for a long time and identify some peculiarities, like, well, what is exactly needed. Again, yeah, talking about soft skills when we're dealing with details. Well, yes, Evgenia, thank you for your comment. Yeah, the general topic will be the same. Yeah, there is like an umbrella topic for all the speakers, for all the utterances. Yes, yes, and all these pieces of information, they can be more or less the same. And here again, distractors can negatively impact our overall result. Yeah, too many versions of answers. Yeah, 8 versus 5 speakers. Yeah, Gennady, thank you. Great, great. Yeah, and then what do you think? How should your students be dealing with the tasks? With the task, sorry. So what should they do in order not to get lost? Okay, Yulia, thank you. Make keynotes for each speaker. Okay, what do you mean? Like taking notes, like ignoring the task and then matching it, or what do you mean?
Well, it's my personal strategy.
Okay,
ignore the options given and make notes for each speaker, and then you can compare your notes with the given options.
Okay, yeah, so sounds great actually. Yeah, and this is, yeah, in this case, you are not really concentrated on testing as such. Yeah, you are trying to pick out the necessary information. Yeah, so that's a very interesting and pretty effective strategy. Yeah. Yeah, and then, yeah, also, thank you, Yulia. And also there is Evgenia's comment that we need to underline key information, 1-2 words. Yes, again, like it's the other way around actually. We underline this information, then we try to paraphrase, brainstorm which other language means can be used here in order to, well, express the same idea. Yeah, okay, good. So, Marina, yeah, synonyms, I guess that means that you should brainstorm, yeah, some synonyms or maybe information that can be more or less the same. Yes, organize the deduction technique, try to exclude irrelevant answers first. Yes, okay, maybe it can work after first listening, yeah, and anyway, strategically speaking, and like talking about the exam itself, yeah, so students sometimes get panicky after first listening when they have like 40 to 50% of the task done. And you should like, calm your students down because it's okay. It's okay if they only have managed to pick out half of all the information after first listening. That's okay. Yeah, and then after that, yeah, like elimination technique. Yeah, so eliminate the answers which are not relevant. Okay, great. And last but not least, we have part 4. Here is a radio interview with one speaker. Yeah. So what's the task type?
Multiple choice.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Gennady. Yes, it's again multiple choice, but here we are dealing with an interview, so there will be one speaker. Yeah. Well, and again, talking about challenges. Maybe again, so there have been some comments on the necessity to be concentrated, focused for a long time. Yeah, so it remains a challenge here too. Yeah, what else can be difficult? There can be more distractors than before, yes, Marina. That's true. That's true. Yeah, again, here we are dealing with a lot of information and we need to be very, very careful about the details. Yeah, and as you can see, in general, all the 4 parts are aiming at finding out how your students are able to deal with details, with attitude, feelings, yeah, and so on. Yeah, so yes, one more yeah, pretty good and relevant remark, that there are no pauses between questions. Yeah, it's just one flow of all the information. Yeah, that's true. And what do you think? What should your students do in order to cope with the task successfully? Again, what are the exam strategies? So what do you think? Will it be good to underline key information? Okay, Yulia, thank you. Read the questions only to get the general idea of what the text is going to be about. Yes, that's a good strategy. Yeah, not to be panicky when you do not, when you're not able yet to catch something, so you are concentrated on the main ideas. Yeah, that's pretty good, and yeah, pretty effective. Great. Yeah, so yeah, there can be this strategy, or again, students may underline key information, again, try to paraphrase, and to be prepared to, well, what they can hear. Okay, well, if we have a kind of an overview of all these exams, all these tasks of, in the listening, yes, so you can see here in the first column what the task types are, then second column, like what the focus is, then challenges, and as you can see, challenges here, they are more or less the same. Yeah, so, well, new vocabulary, even if it's B2 level, students usually take these exams being very well prepared. Still, like, it's impossible to know everything and predict everything and anything. Yeah, then, yeah, there is too much information in the task, yeah, especially in task 4, and they can get lost. Also, they can be distracted a lot, and they will be. Well, then also speakers talk too quickly. Too quickly means actually that there is a connected speech, that they are talking at their natural speed. Yeah, and again, it may cause some problems. And also, well, there can be a variety of accents, and students may feel confused about it. Okay, and then exam strategies. Yeah, so you can see it in the column on your right. Well, they are again, like, well, dealing with what you have, trying to paraphrase, trying to pick it out. Yeah, and also let's keep in mind Julia's strategy. Yeah, when we do not read options, we just read the questions, listen carefully, take notes, and then compare our notes with the options. Yeah, it can also be a very, very effective strategy. Okay, great. So as you can see here, yeah, that our exam takers, they deal with quite a lot of interesting themes. Yeah, and as we discussed it at the very beginning, in order to help our students cope with the tasks successfully, we need to make sure that at our regular lessons, they have a chance to practice, develop their listening skills. And on this slide, yeah, you can see a question. How can we help our students develop listening skills? Yes, so can you please share your ideas in the chat box?
Listen.
Okay, yes, yeah. Great, yes, so Evgenia has the same idea. Yulia, yes, so practice makes perfect. Yes, that's true, but what sort of practice? Yeah, of course, even like being here at our seminar, yeah, when we are all speaking English only, you are developing your listening skills. Okay, only English at the lessons. Okay, especially at B2 level, yeah. So, by the way, yeah, like there can be L1 or Russian in the lessons, but only for certain purposes. And on our YouTube channel, you can see a recorded video. It's a video of a seminar on using L1. So there are some practical ideas how you can use it effectively. But I definitely agree with you, Larissa, that yeah, that especially at B2 level, when we're still dealing with some well, habitual or well-known context, yeah, we should be speaking English. So then first listen for a simple task, then listen for detail. Listen to different kinds of sources in order to get used to various flows of speech. Yes, that's good. Yeah, kind of sources. Yeah, there can be a variety of them: podcasts, TV series, well, vlogs. Why not? Yeah, practice guessing the meaning of new words from context. Yes, that's important. Yeah, because, well, as you remember, we outlined it as one of the challenges that, well, there can be either new words or the words that students cannot recognize for a number of reasons. Okay, good. Exposure to various dialects and variants. Yes, Larissa, yes. Yeah, again, as it may cause difficulty, yeah, then we definitely need to, well, help our students in advance with that. Okay, the text is gapped. Yeah, make predictions, what kind of info is missing. Yeah, you're well, great. I'm so happy to see so many nice ideas. Okay, and then you see that your ideas are very, very specific, and it's really cool. If we can generalize it a little bit, well, you can see that in other words, yeah, we can help our students with developing their listening skills if first we plan and conduct our skills lessons, listening lessons, properly. Like we make sure that there are clear pre-stage, while stage, and post stage. Yeah, that it is all scaffolded, logical, there is a good flow of all the stages in the lesson, and students benefit from it. And then the second important factor is working on pronunciation. This is what you also mentioned. Yeah, so, well, and working on pronunciation, we're actually killing two birds with one stone. First, we help our students deal with the listening part, and second, they are preparing for the speaking part, where pronunciation is one of the criteria. Okay, great. And well, yeah, that's great. We have identified ways how. Let's get into more detail. Let's see what exactly we can do. And look at this slide. We can see an extract from a fantastic book. It's called Spotlight on First. And this book is published by National Geographic Learning. The authors are great. There is John Nonton and John Hughes. By the way, John Hughes, he's an expert of well, teaching and integrating critical thinking, and well, great. He's the author of many decent books. So, and in the chat box here, you can see a well, link to this book where you can get acquainted with it. So, and if we look at these extracts, yeah, keeping in mind that our lessons should be well planned and everything should be scaffolded, you can see how it is organized here. So first, there is a photo which gives some food for thought with questions, yeah, to activate schemata, activate interest, background knowledge, and so on. And then, sorry, students are working on some important vocabulary, and these are exercises 2, 3, 4, and 5. And after that, they are supposed to do a listening task. This is part 3. Again, well, multiple matching, but they need to match speakers. and what they're actually talking about. Yeah, and of course this vocabulary will appear in the listening, and well, the context remains the same. So, and if you look at exercise 6, then this is an exam task. Yeah, and actually in the lesson you may, and maybe you should, get your students to listen to it twice, as well, they will have this chance in the exam. Yeah, and then deal with the exam part, and then look at number 7. Yeah, so exercise number 7 is something really unusual, something new. Like your students need to listen again and put the events described by speakers in order from the most recent to the furthest in the past. You see, like exercise 6 helps students practice this, like working out you know, the exam strategies, and in number 7 they are learning how to deal with information, because anyway when we listen to a text, listen to other people, when we read texts, then we do it in order to learn something new. And here they can analyze and categorize this information, which is really cool. And in exercise 8, yeah, you see that there is a post stage. Yes, students need to, well, share their ideas. They need to imagine that they could go back in time, and they need to answer the question, which of the events would you most like to have witnessed from a safe distance, of course. So great. Well, and this is what is there in the students book. And as you can see, like, well, you can see it on the next slide. So here we have a, well, we have a script, and you can see the script in the teacher's book. Yeah, so you can see what sort of information the students are dealing with. Yeah, and talking about developing listening skills in general, what do you think can be done? Like, well, imagine that you are teaching this lesson, and well, you have seen the student's book, and now you see the script. In the chat box, can you please write down the activities what you can get your students to do, which are aiming at developing their listening skills? Okay, so Evgenia, thank you for your comment. I give the script and ask to find useful collocations and make up their personal sentences. Okay, that is very good follow-up work. Yeah, listening for gist. Okay, listening for gist is, well, something what we actually do at the beginning. Yeah, so if you have students in your exam preparation group who are not strong enough, maybe this is what you should do first. Yeah, just get them to listen for gist. Well, Natalia, like your comment, hunting for chunks. Desperately hunting for chunks. Yes, that's good. Put parts in order, well, details, fill the gaps. Okay, so thank you, Tamara, for your comment. You mean that you would somehow edit the script, yeah? Okay, great. Well, scanning the conversation for some particular examples. Yeah, thank you. And actually, yeah, when they are doing this task, when they have to match speakers and some pieces of information, they need to really rely on examples. Yeah. So Julia, give the script and summarize the main idea of each passage. Okay, good follow-up work. Yeah. Listening and doing, drawing, answering the questions. Okay, that's interesting. Like doing something different, like in order to distract your students deliberately. Okay. Exercise to make a list of 10 keywords most helpful to understand the text. Yes, very good. Yeah, actually, Gennady, this is the example of this desperate hunting. So paraphrasing some sentences, that's very good language upgrade. Yeah, thank you. Well, great. You're very, very creative and resourceful teachers. That's so great. Yeah, so let me share some more ideas. Yeah, sequencing the order of the speaker. Okay, there's 5 separate speakers, yeah, and well, they are actually talking. The only order in this particular case that you can be talking about is the chronological order of events, and actually, exercise 7 in the student's book is focusing on it. Yeah. Okay, good. So you see that what can be done, like as follow-up, as the post stage, yeah, which is maybe not purely the way we develop listening skills, but we are preparing our students for it. Yeah, and there was this word hunting, chunk hunting. Well, we call it word mining. Actually, this is the post stage when we have a script and we pick out some chunks, some ready-made language. So like, well, how it can help, like students learn it, and then of course they find it easier to recognize it when they are exposed to other listening tasks. Okay, well, then also, well, talking about word mining in this case, yeah, so keywords, maybe that's a good idea. Or as you remember, that in this part, students do not only have to deal with details, but also with speaker feelings, attitudes, emotions. Maybe it's a good idea to ask them to, well, to pick out some emotional language. For example, well, those chunks, a violent flood, not just a flood, but a violent flood, a serious mistake, a disastrous speeds, depressingly simple answer, and so on. Yeah, these are very good examples of this emotional language. Or maybe you can ask them to mime this script for verb patterns. Yeah, prevent from returning, point the finger at somebody, put all the blame on somebody, and so on. Yeah, okay. Well, like word mining strategically can help our students with the language, so that it's less likely that there will be unknown vocabulary. So then also using this script, you may get your students to, well, ask questions, well, to the script, yeah, to the task, encouraging them to speculate on it, or to, well, encouraging them to develop their critical thinking skills. Yeah, so for example, yeah, so you may ask, well, get them to have this question: why didn't the television station believe the woman's words about a hurricane during the night? Yeah, so then what happened to the authorities of the island? What do you think? Yeah, so, well, well, by answering these questions, again, they will be analyzing this information, they will be categorizing it, and also it will, of course, encourage them to come up with their own ideas. Yeah, so, yeah, the recording, so just need to, well, react to the message in the chat box. Yeah, so all the webinars that we run, they are recorded, and we post them on our YouTube channel, so don't worry. Well, okay, and as you see, like here is the script which you can find in the teacher's book. But of course, well, we as teachers need to spend as little time as possible on preparation. Yeah, so that's why you can be using the editable scripts. So you know that all the books that National Geographic Learning publishes, they all have so-called companion sites where you can see you can get access to a lot of resources, including scripts. They are in the Word format. That means that you can actually do whatever you want with them. Yeah, and if you want your students, for example, to do a gap fill task afterwards, here you are. Yeah, if you want them, well, just to do any task, any follow-up task using a script, you can do this. Yeah, and if you want to get demo access to these companion sites, just let us know. Yeah, at the end of the presentation, you will see a slide with all our contact details. So let's move on, and so answering this question, like how can we develop listening skills, you know that when our students are preparing for any exam, and even just when they have any regular course, they do listening tasks both in the student's book and workbook. And here we can see an extract from well, workbook, again the same book, Spotlight on First. And well, there is the task and a script which you can find at the back of the book. Yes, so what do you think? What your students can do? What sort of activities you can provide them with in order to help them be more focused on the listening tasks? Again, can you please share your ideas? So we already, of course, mentioned doing word mining. Yeah. So then some follow-up work with some exercises like gap fill activities and so on. Commenting on the text. Checking the information, true or false. That's a good idea. You see that actually, as all the books by NGL all the information is real, like, and all the stories are real. It is all based on, well, stories from real people's lives. You definitely can check it. You can do further research. Okay, commenting in the chart, making predictions, true or false tasks. Okay, very good. Yeah. Great. Make up their own sentences with new words and collocations. That's very good work. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So yeah, there can be vocabulary work. Yeah. Again, we can get them to ask some questions to the text, to the recording. Yeah. And also, well, there can be further research, on it. Further research on the current situation in San Francisco, like what sort of preventive measures they have now. Yeah, and it can be turned into real project work, which is like a very important 21st century skill. So great. And yeah, also there can be word mining. Yeah, they may underline key information and then maybe retell this text. Again, this is an interesting type of work because here the students are dealing with with an interview. Yeah, when they are doing the listening task, and then if they need to retell it, then they need to summarize this information, somehow process it. Okay, well, and also, well, this is the question which can help them again activate critical thinking skills. Which lesson have people learned from this disaster? Yeah, great. Thank you also for some more ideas. So you Google the new words on the internet, find other examples. Great, good follow-up work. Yeah, maybe a sort of competition. Who is the first to guess or catch the meaning? It's the idea coming from Gennady. Thank you. Okay, so project work. You know that we're going to have a separate seminar on project work. So we will announce it. Yeah, because it's like this topic is like an ocean. Yeah, but anyway, like project work is based on, well, further research on the topic. Yeah, that's a very good activity. Okay, well, great. Thank you for sharing your brilliant ideas. And as you see, we can exploit any script in a variety of ways. Yeah, but well, if we talk about developing listening skills in general, there is a very interesting alternative point of view, and you can see it on the screen. Take some time to read it and write a plus in the chat box if you agree, and a minus if you disagree with this blog entry. So plus if you agree, minus if you disagree. So this blog entry has given you a lot of food for thought. Okay. Minus. Disagree, plus. Good. Any more responses? Plus, minus, okay. Pretty, pretty diplomatic. So plus, okay. Now you see that, yeah, this is a very interesting point of view. Yeah, so again, when we teach, we develop their skills, that's the aim. Yes. You see that this is an extract from a blog entry, and the author is Richard Caldwell. He's also a very interesting speaker. He has been presenting at ITEFL conferences for a long time. He's the author of some interesting books and so on. And well, he has this view. So he claims actually that listening methodology is dominated by testing. And then, like today, we're talking about FCE, which is an exam, and of course, like in our particular context, listening skills are tested, and well, we need to make sure that they are tested properly, that our students have good results. Then also, he says that there is almost no work on teaching decoding what is said from the pronunciation perspective. Then also, well, there is an idea that textbook recordings are underexploited. So I think that we already have some counter arguments and some counter ideas on to this. And also he says that there is an over-reliance on strategies. Like there is too much scaffolding. While in order to develop students' listening skills, yes, they should not be so much helped and assisted, because well, when they listen to something, they sometimes don't have a second chance, and well, they need to deal with all this information immediately, which I can say makes sense. Okay, Larissa, thank you for your comment. I hate microwave meals, so I need to think more about his ideas. Yeah, definitely. And you see, this is just an alternative view, yeah, of this, and we need to see what we can do. Yeah, and so like we are actually between two big problems, to big issues. On the one hand, we need to help our students pass the test successfully, pass the exam successfully. On the other hand, we see that, well, when we are strategically helping our students at our regular lessons, we need to also to keep this in mind. Okay, well, and then that's why in order to combine and balance it, let's see what we can do. And again, here we can see almost a blank slide. Here, other ways to help your students develop their listening skills. Yes, so I would like to activate your critical thinking skills. Now, yeah, so having discussed the options, the activities that we can get our students to do at the lessons, and also having read what Richard Caldwell says, can you please share your ideas, how we can help our students? So please share them in the chat box. To ask them for feedback. Was the audio easy to understand? Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, good idea, really good idea. So that they become more reflective. Show short videos and discuss them. Yeah, thank you, Marina. Then Larissa's idea is writing some scripts of recordings. Okay, good idea. Yeah, in order to do this decoding, yeah, to see how well they can extract the necessary information, how well they can hear it. Involve listening to monologue and dialogue. Yeah, they need to be exposed to it a lot. Always ask them why, plus feedback, plus combination of teamwork, peer check. Good idea, yeah. So then one more comment. Sometimes I stop the audio and ask students to repeat. Okay, good. Yeah, so thank you. And you see that if there is too much testing, yeah, when we are running our exam preparation course, maybe sometimes we should change the focus. Yes, so there should be a little bit less testing, but more listening for pleasure. Just encourage extensive listening in the classroom, outside the classroom. And then, yeah, like when your students are doing this, you may, of course, ask some follow-up questions and ask questions why, what was interesting, what you have learned, and so on. Yeah, discussions on everything. Yes, it's a must. It's not only beneficial, it's a must, I guess. Encourage them to listen to audiobooks. Yes, Yulia, I agree. Actually, I would just a little bit change it. Encourage them to listen to anything they like. Yeah, so then also, well, the next idea is that you should also help your students identify so-called word clusters. And develop the awareness of phonology, not just phonology like the way connected speech sounds, but also intonation, in particular sentence stress, because these are the things which can help our students extract the necessary information, extract and hear it. Then also, as well, we mentioned word mining a lot, and I see that you're big fans of it. Me too, I would say. But as students need to develop listening skills, maybe it's a good idea to get them to listen to the dialogue or monologue which they were dealing with again, and they need to take notes or pick out the new chunks, new vocabulary while listening, and only then give them the script to double check spelling and so on. Yeah, and also you may encourage them to do shadow reading when they listen to an audio, and then they need to read with the speaker, or there can be like 1 second gap. Like, they need to start 1 second later. Yeah, and then here, yeah, you are developing their awareness of intonation, connected speech with a model. Yeah, and does help develop students' pace, and it does help them deal with connected speech when they are listening to any audio. And also make use of editable scripts. Yeah, this is what we mentioned. Great. Yeah, so one more comment: test provokes stress during the listening. Yeah, maybe that's why. Just actually, if it's an exam preparation course, anyway, there should be this testing task anyway. If it's a regular course, you decide what is more important at this particular lesson. Yeah, but anyway, if we then encourage them to, well, do some other tasks and to develop skills, that will be great. Good, good. And then strategically speaking, when we prepare our students for this exam, we need to make a proper choice of the course book. And the course book which we're using today to, well, to show some examples, that was Spotlight on First, published by NGL. Then also as an alternative, there is a fantastic book, New Close Up. There can be B2 and B2 plus levels. Well, these books are very well planned, and in the chat box again you can see a link to these books. Well, then supplementing your course, you may think of these books. Yeah, so there can be some tests, sorry, well, the book which you can see on the left. These are the tests published by NGL. Then also you can see tests published by Collins. It's here. Yes, and publications. Also, it's a good idea to work on vocabulary. Actually, we mentioned it today. There's a very good book published by Collins on vocabulary. And also, you can see a practice and pass book for B2 exam. It is published by Delta Publishing, and this book is a kind of a trainer. So the students are provided with some ideas, with an overview, well, of the exam and exam strategies, and then they dealing with the tasks. Yeah, and one more thing to keep in mind, maybe it will inspire you to make some further steps. So as this month is dedicated to exam preparation, so we are providing a 35% discount on exam preparation materials until the end of February. And in order to see like which materials can be bought at well, this discount, you can either contact us, yeah, or check these books on our website. Yeah, and also, like, February isn't over yet, so that means that we have one more seminar on exam preparation. So our final seminar on this topic will be next Thursday. We are going to have a guest speaker. So this is Alex Walls, the Director of Studies at Windsor Language School in Moscow, and he will be sharing his ideas on hints and tips on IELTS preparation, lexical frameworks for better responses. Yeah, that is going to be a very interesting seminar too. Yeah, and well, talking about our today's seminar, yeah, so here on the final slide you can see the covers again, and you can see the email addresses which you can use to well, ask your questions, leave your comments, and so on. I will be very happy to hear from you. Yeah, and well, thank you again for your participation. Thank you very much for sharing your brilliant ideas. I'm so happy that our seminar today has been very, very interactive. That's really great. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and well, this seminar will be posted on the YouTube channel. Yeah, and well, hope to see you again. Enjoy your lessons and goodbye.
Thank you very much, Galina.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Galina.
Thanks a lot.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
thank you. Bye. Bye. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Hope to see you
Very
soon.
nice.
Bye bye.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot. Enjoy your day. Thanks a lot.
You
Bye bye,
too.
colleagues. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.